Hi folks, Dan Downing 83 here, Top Hat Dan. I just wanted to do a quick video to show this to you. I've had a lot of conversations about this sort of thing on the internet lately, and I am not going to show you what is inside of this folder because it is all very sensitive information. But this is a part of my home preparedness plan, my family survival system. And inside of this little folder here is all of our family's information. We've got social security cards, we've got photo identification, backup photo identification, we've got immunization records for our children. There's a handful of family photos in there. There are current family photos of myself, my wife, my children. There are electronic copies of the majority of our family photo albums on SD cards. I may have already mentioned vaccination records, insurance cards, homeowners policies, a copy of the deed to the house, copies of all of our insurance policies, copies of all of our pertinent legal paperwork. All of these things are in this little folder. I have more than one of these folders, copies of all of those things in them. I've got one of them that sits in our living room in a location where we could just grab it if there were a house fire, if we couldn't get to anything else. I've got one of them in each my wife and I's our bug out bags. I've got copies of all this stuff. I've got the serial numbers off of firearms that I own are recorded in this. In case of theft or in case of fire, and you need, proof of ownership for insurance policies or something. I mean, all of that information is contained in this little book here, and you can see it's not very big. Oh, it's maybe 4 by 12 or so. I'm trying to find. Here's a little headlamp to put next to it for scale. Just to let you know what it is and how big it is. And I'm going to tell you, folks, if you've got 10,000 rounds of ammunition and you've got 30 days or 60 days or 9 years worth of freeze-dried food, and you've got bags packed, and you've got, everything ready to go, and you think that you're all prepared and you're all set, but you don't have something like this ready to go, then you're not prepared. Your family isn't prepared. You're not prepared for anything. Because, what do you really have? You've got a bag full of junk that's going to keep you alive in the wilderness for a couple of days, but what about starting over? What about when everything starts getting back together? How do you reclaim your life? This is the information you need. This is what you need to reclaim your life after the fact and the aftermath. After a disaster, after a weather event, after an invasion or a war event or a tornado or a house fire or anything, any kind of event in your life that disrupts the day-to-day operation of your life and puts you in a position where you have to start over. This is what you need to have, and you need to have multiple copies of it, and you should have one in a safety deposit box at a bank, and you should have access to this stuff at all times. It needs to be in one place or in multiple locations that you can get to it, because this is what you're going to need to keep track of your family, to put yourself back on your feet, and stuff a few $100s worth of cash in there, and hope for the best. So I hope that this was enlightening. I hope that this covers an issue that a lot of people have been talking to me about lately. The need to have backup documents and to have backups of what's important to your family. So that's what this is. Thanks for watching very much. I hope that you enjoy this video. I hope that you like it and that you come back to see more in the future. And I will definitely be posting more videos in the near future. I've got some cooking videos in mind. I've got a lot going on in life right now, but as I find time to get out, I'll be doing some more of that stuff. But seriously, folks, if you're gonna try and be prepared, really be prepared. Have something like this available to you, ready to go. Thank you, and good day, interwebs.